And 79th Group issued a statement denying any wrongdoing, but honestly, it's full of holes. They mention forensic accountants, legal advisors, but no names. They try to downplay the arrests, the seized assets. It's just so carefully worded, lacking any real transparency.
Yeah, it's a classic non-denial, denial, trying to control the narrative without actually addressing anything head on.
Yeah.
And they claim to be committed to servicing their clients. But what does that even mean at this point? Investors are in limbo, waiting to see what happens to their money.
It's a really worrying situation for anyone who invested with 79th Group. And that brings us to a crucial point. If you're listening and you're one of those investors, don't wait. Time is of the essence.
Absolutely. Every minute counts in these situations. The sooner you act, the better your chances of minimizing any potential losses. Contact a specialist in financial recovery, like Insolvency Law. They can help you figure out your options and navigate this complex legal landscape.
Right. They're the experts. And even if you weren't directly involved with 79th Group, this whole thing is a huge reminder to be careful with your investments. Do your research, ask tough questions, and if something feels off, trust your gut.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The financial world can be a dangerous place. You got to be informed, protect yourself. This 79th Group situation, it's still developing, and there's so much more to unravel. But let's shift gears now and dig a little deeper into the role of the security trustees involved. They're a crucial part of these types of schemes, and understanding their involvement is key to grasping the bigger picture.
Okay, so security trustees, what do they actually do, and why are they so important in this case with 79th Group? Let's break it down.
You see, security trustees, they're supposed to be like the guardians of your money in these loan note arrangements. They're meant to hold security over assets, so that if the company issuing those loan notes goes belly up, there's something there. So investors can at least try to recover some of their money. Think of them like the safety net in a circus act.
Right.
There to catch the performer if they fall.
Right. But in the case of 79th Group, it sounds like that safety net might have had some pretty big holes in it.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's where the alarm bells really start ringing. We have to remember, the effectiveness of a security trustee really depends on their credibility, their transparency, and the regulatory environment that they operate in.
Okay, so let's look at the specific security trustees involved with the 79th Group. We've got Castle Trust and Management Services Limited, which, as we mentioned earlier, is now in liquidation. Not a good sign, right?
It certainly doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, does it? When a security trustee goes into liquidation, it raises serious questions about their ability to, actually protect investor interests. It's like finding out the lifeguard at your pool doesn't know how to swim.
Exactly. Then there's TNT Trustees Limited, which is based in Gibraltar. Now, Gibraltar is a British overseas territory, and they do have financial regulations in place. But you mentioned earlier that the level of oversight and enforcement in these offshore jurisdictions can vary quite a bit. So how does that impact the effectiveness of a security trustee like TNT?
That's a great question. So while being regulated is definitely better than not being regulated, it's really important to look at the strength of those regulations and how well they're actually enforced. Some offshore jurisdictions might have, more relaxed rules or just not enough resources to really oversee what's going on financially.
Right.
It's like having a speed limit on a highway, but no one there to actually give out speeding tickets.
So just because a security trustee is regulated, it doesn't mean they're going to be doing a good job protecting investors.
That's right. And that's why doing your due diligence is so important before investing in anything, loan notes or any other investment. You have to look beyond just the surface and really understand who that security trustee is, where they're located, and what their track record is like.
Okay, so we've got Castle Trust in liquidation TNT based in an offshore jurisdiction. What about that third security trustee involved with the 79th Group Blue Water Capital Limited? What's their deal?